Well, hello, boys and girls. Welcome into WCTV Sports Overtime. I'm Ryan. That's Allison.
Yep.
Fresh from Boot Hill, his first ever experience, Taylor Viles. And let's waste no time. You already know, chat's open on Facebook. It's open on YouTube. But we have a guest holding here on the WCTV Sports Hotline. And let's get right to him.
Hey,
the
Coach.
Head coach of the victorious Madison County Cowboys, Mr. Bryce Harris, the reigning rural state champ. Bryce, big win, buddy.
Yeah, it was a good win. I was proud of the guys. They fought all night. We've been in some close ones all year, and these guys played hellacious of a schedule and just keep coming back and have kept working and have kept believing and starting to pay off at the right time.
Yeah, Coach, this is a big win for your team, not only because of the stakes, but just the fact that it's rivalry, the fact that it's Florida High. How good did it feel to win this game against them?
Well, I mean, anytime you can beat a Coach Hickman coach team, whether it was Mike or Jared, it's always a struggle. So those guys do a phenomenal job, and being able to get a W against those guys is not an easy task. So. We'll take any of them that we can get.
Yeah, Coach, we're showing your highlights right now. How big, after that Florida High touchdown was scored right off the bat, was it for you guys literally the next play from scrimmage to do the same thing?
Yeah, I think that was a big answer. LJ rolled out on that one and found Quez on a little corner route, and Quez can run really fast. So when he got that, when he hit him in stride, and Quez does what Quez does and runs really fast, and it was a great answer right out of the gate there. That first play it did a phenomenal job by Florida High. We kind of got miscombobulated there and blew a coverage and let that guy get over the top of us, and so to answer with that really was good for our kids. And we had worked pretty hard this week on some things, and I thought that it paid off this week in the game.
Coach, I know offensively you felt that you were so close, just to play here or play there, to see these guys start to get this thing rolling, putting up 41 points against a really good, sound squad just a couple weeks away from November. Just how good does that feel as a head coach, and just how proud are you of those guys for sticking to it, staying with it, and finding the answers and hitting this groove?
Well, see, I mean, that's a tricky question there, because I've never not believed in this team.
For sure.
It's a really good football team. We have a really, really hard schedule. I mean, we've played elite teams. The losses that we've had have been to schools that are 38-4. So I mean, I think that sometimes you can be skewed by records. I mean, we lost to a 21-20 to a undefeated Deland team. We lost 20-18 to a really good pace football team, and all those things play into how you're going to respond and where you're going to be, and those aren't the teams. The Reigns was 7-6 at half. We had a chance down 19-14 in the fourth quarter to actually come back and make that one a little bit more a little bit closer and actually have a chance to win. So we've been able to play against some of the elite teams in the state of Florida and had chances to win. We just haven't quite been able to do it. This week, seeing them put it together is just something that I've been preaching to them, that the hard schedule will pay off at the right time.
Coach,
and I'm hoping this is the right time.
That's what I was going to say. I was actually going to ask you about that, because you said it when we first got you on the phone. You said it's a hellacious schedule, and you're right. I mean, you mentioned the DeLand loss, 21-20, a good Lincoln loss, 23-12, 9-0 to Columbia, that 20-18 loss to Pace, and then, you went on the road to a really good Reigns team and lost to them 27-14. But people don't realize, one, that schedule, I mean, it's by design. You play a tough schedule, so by the time you get to the postseason, it pays off. But people don't want to play you either. I don't think people realize that. People don't want to play you guys because of who you are. But what does this schedule do for you guys come postseason when you go and drop back down to that rural competition?
Coach?
You there?
Well, they have 3 losses. So, I think that when you play these really good football teams like we've played, we went from one extreme to the other. We went from a pace squad who was leading the state in rushing at the time we held them to 140 yards rushing. They were averaging 420 a game.
That's incredible.
To a Reigns team that's averaging like 380 passing, and we were able to hold them under 150 passing. So, you're seeing all these great teams. It's going to prepare you, and you're going to be ready to go when it comes down to playoff time. And that's what we want. At the end of the day, we want to win every football game we play. But the most important games are in November and December.
Coach, you were lifting your kids up at the end of this game, saying, "Hey, we play a tough schedule. Games like this are what we really play for." But I mean, how much have you had to kind of help them realize what they've been able to do this season? Because when you're coming into a game like this, you're 2-5. It seems kind of debilitating, as you were saying to me post game, that you don't want to have this kind of losing record at this kind of time in the season. So how are you able to kind of keep them going throughout the year?
Well, I'm lucky. All right, I coach at a place called Madison County, and there's a lot of pride. And so, our kids believe in what we do, and luckily they believe in me. And so, we understand the task at hand. We understand that we've had opportunities to win games, and we just haven't capitalized on those opportunities. And at the right time, we will. And this is a very talented football team. They're as talented as last year's group, but they have to find their own identity. And, last year we won a lot of those close games. This year we've lost a few of them. But at the right time, it'll pay off. And, we're going to be battle-tested when it comes to playoff time.
Coach, great win. Of course, great to get it on Boot Hill, but now you got to celebrate this, then flush it out, because I know in the last 2 weeks of the season you got to take this show on the road. Just how excited are you to see what this team can do in hostile environments back-to-back weeks before postseason?
Well, it's going to be great because we're going to go play Apopka, and like going to the graveyard at Reigns, it's one of the hardest places to play in the state of Florida. So, getting to go down there and then playing Lecanto, but we also hold our own destiny. I've crunched the math, and I've looked at the FHSA power struggle, power rankings, or whatever they are, and since nobody can figure them out,
it's always a power.
It's a guessing
it's always
game.
a struggle.
It's a guessing game.
But if we win these next two, we will probably get to host a playoff game at Boot Hill, which would be huge for us. How much we like to play at Boot Hill. So for our guys, we got a lot on the line. To win these next two, go 5-5, host a playoff game, that would be huge for us.
Coach, the last couple weeks we had Matt Jackson from Lincoln in here, and then we had Jesse Braswell from Taylor County. They actually stopped by the studio. You live a little too far out. We don't want
to make you make the drive.
We'd love to have you in-house, but we'll settle for over the phone. But, I wanted to ask you, when they were in here, it was kind of cool to get a coach's perspective of just, teams that have stood out to them, and they all, of course, sang your praises and talked about what a great program you guys have, and how they're excited to see what you guys do in the postseason. When you look at those power rankings and you see, like, some of them had you guys, I think, like at 13th at one point, do you guys take any stock in that, or does it motivate you? Does it fuel you, or do you not even care?
Yeah, it does. I mean, you look at Max Preps, which is what the coaches voted on. In the football advisory committee, they voted to use the Max Preps rankings. We're 2 in the Max Preps rankings. But that doesn't matter. It's only the FHSA rankings. So, yes, it does. It allows us to have a little chip on our shoulder. And we feel like we're a little better football team than that. We played nobody else in the state at rural division that plays the schedule that we play. But that's also, we take pride in that. And even with the schedule we play, we're still disappointed because we are Madison. We feel like we're an elite team, feel like we're an elite program. And that means that we need to play elite programs in the state, and we should be able to compete with all of them. So, of course, we're not happy with our with our record right now. We know we've lost some really close ones to some really good football teams, but I think at the end of the day, we still feel like we are an elite team, and we hope that it doesn't matter where you go in the playoffs. I know 21. They won a state championship and had to go on the road the entire time. So, we're not scared to go on the road. We'll be road warriors if we have to. Of course, we'd love to host one at Boot Hill because it's such a hard place to play, but we're not scared to go on the road either.
I would say, don't feel like you're an elite team. You are an elite team, Coach. I'll just put it out there.
Anytime, any place, anywhere,
Yep.
always been the Cowboy way.
And you remember
there's some really good programs in our area, and you know they do a great job. Jared being one of them, and you know he's had a lot of success over a lot of years. And Jesse Browswell's doing a great job down there at Taylor, and Matt's done a great job at Lincoln. I think that there's a lot of teams. You know, Bill Reagan's doing a really good job out of Childs.
Yeah.
Saw them on film. I was really impressed with them. So I mean, there's a lot of good football being played in the Big Bend right now, and I think that you know that's a good thing. We want great football being played everywhere in the Big Bend.
Most certainly is. Most certainly is. Well, Price, man, when your head hits the pillow tonight, you should have a smile on your face, brother.
It's a big win.
Big win tonight, man.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it so much.
Yeah, thank you, Coach.
We appreciate all y'all do. Thank you so much for promoting our sport, and especially in the Big Bend. You know how much of a fan I am of y'all. So I hope that you have a wonderful night and enjoy the rest of your show.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Coach. Yeah,
That is Price Harris, head coach of the Madison County.
Yeah, Ryan, I was going to say, they're a contender, not a pretender, right?
Yeah.
They are most certainly a contender because as long as the star is on the side of the head, they will be contenders.
And I want to, you know, I'm just going to say something too, and I'm probably going to regret this because somebody's going to come after me. You know, everyone.
Duck out of the shot. Don't be in the
That's fine.
shot.
That's fine because I'll stick.
Oh,
by
there you
it.
go. There you go. Give her the close-up, Adam. Camera 4 right there.
We
right
had
there.
somebody comment on our Facebook page tonight, like, oh, you know, can't wait till they play Bluntstown or whatever. I'm not taking anything away from Bluntstown. They're hanging up a lot of points on a lot of people, but nobody has played the schedule that Madison County has played. Nobody has.
It's brutal.
And I'm not saying they're going to win the whole thing. I don't know who's going to win the whole thing because I think there's a lot of good teams in the rural division. But when you're battle tested and when you play tough competition all year long, it pays off come the postseason. John Brock wrote on here too. He's from Liberty. I've known John a long time. Nobody in 1R wants to see Madison County in the playoffs.
Nobody
does.
Nobody.
And I'll say that
nobody.
that has been the standard forever in the Big Bend. Nobody wants to see Madison. And again, I haven't seen Bluntstown play this year. I've looked at the numbers. I've seen the stats they pull every week.
And the
I've
highlights
seen the scores.
that we have
The
on
highlights speak for themselves. They've got a lot of, the kid that's coming to South Carolina is a special talent. I'm not saying that they're not talented, but what I am saying is they have not played the schedule that Madison County has played. If it comes back to bite me, it comes back to bite me. But I said what I said. When you play a tough schedule, it pays off down the road.
Another fun school to see them play against would be Taylor County, I think. That one in the
Yeah,
playoffs would be
yeah.
a
I mean,
lot of
I
fun.
think so too. I mean,
To the east of us,
Yeah.
if those two matched up in Boot Hill or
Oh,
at Dorset
gosh.
Stadium,
That would be so good.
Can
this
we
place
fight for that
would be
game? You just all want to
insane.
go? Like,
let's all-
let's
make
all
it-
just go. Make it a team trip.
And, you know, speaking of Taylor County, since you brought it up, let's go ahead and get to them before the break. Taylor, that was a tough loss against Chiefland last week.
Yeah.
The Indians just seem to have the answers all the time against them. A Swanee team that's played so many close games this year. Feels like they've been on the wrong side of so many of them, but they've played so hard. They've continued to score points. They've continued to put up numbers. But Taylor got tested a little bit early on in this one. If we've got the highlights, it was the young guys who played a little bit for Kyler Hall's squad, including Coy Fryer, a quarterback, a Play of the Week nominee.
It did. We
You'll
will
see
see
this
that.
play again. And Taylor, I know you haven't seen it yet, but quite the scramble that he would end up taking off. Bez Glanton scores the first touchdown of this
Which,
game. They roll the
shocker.
dice, unfortunately.
I mean,
Shocked,
How
I
many's
tell
he got
you.
this year? Like
Shocked, I
20?
tell
Absolutely
100,
shocked, I
yeah.
tell you, that Bez Glanton got it. But even then, going for it on fourth
Here we
down
go.
early on in this one, sending a message of, hey, we got to score points. We got to find the end zone. We've got to get these things done. And that's exactly what he'd do. Follow his blockers, go on in there. Both teams got a little turnover happy towards the end of the first quarter. But here's his Coy Fryer touchdown. We'll get back to Taylor in a second. But first, we got to give this young man his props. There's a lot of great players who've had that last name
Yeah,
that
this
have worn the
play is
green and gold.
unbelievable,
And when you
yeah.
can break ankles like that,
Yeah.
goodness gracious. But it was Taylor who had this, and then you're going to see an interception here that gives Taylor the ball back because Swanee got the ball off a fumble.
Oh, wow.
And then Taylor would fumble it again, and then Swanee would score again to go up 14-7. Taylor County could have very easily said, here we go again, because this is a team that's been used to playing from ahead all season long. They didn't blink. They got it done 35-25. We were watching a little bit of the YouTube feed of this one. Bez Glanton had a wide open opportunity to score late, and he did the thing that a leader should do. He took a knee
Yeah.
inside the 5 to continue to turn that clock, force Swanee to burn their timeouts. This is a
That's heads
mature
up, too.
squad
That's
that
what I was
knows
gonna
what
say.
it's doing.
And that's
Mature
all-
is a good word.
And you don't see that in high school
No,
much.
you don't.
Also big, they coming off their first loss of the season.
Yeah.
Big-
Response.
Big win.
Yeah,
You gotta
response.
respond. You gotta
Response.
respond.
And I remember you had said before you headed out there, you were talking about how you were looking to see kind of what would happen with that response. You know, do they say, oh my gosh, we lost, the world is ending? Because again, 16, 17-year-old kids, never know what you're going to get. Or do you have the positive response? And they had that positive response.
Now they're
tonight.
7-1.
Yeah, yeah,
Sure,
it's good stuff.
They most certainly did. Tell you what, let's pay some bills real quick. We'll be right back here on WCTV Sports Overtime.
Tallahassee Board of Realtors invest hundreds of hours in our community. Local realtors and affiliates raise funds for Boys and Girls Clubs of the Big Bend, Brehon Family Services, and the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life. Clean up local roadways and waterways. Build beds for local kids with SHP. Support Habitat for Humanity. Ring the bell at Salvation Army Red Kettles. Contribute to the Florida Veterans Foundation. And volunteer side by side with you, our neighbors. The Tallahassee Board of Realtors, proudly serving our community since 1935.
So we had rural versus 2A as our game of the week.
Yeah.
And then the other two big highlight games, small schools as well, 2 Georgia Independent squads and then 2 Sunshine State Athletic Association squads.
SSAA.
What do you say?
5 times
Yeah,
fast.
SSAA.
SSAA.
What do you say we talk about the Valwood Valiants here for a second?
go.
Because
it's been a
it's
tough
been
season.
it's been a
Yeah.
tough up and down year. We know how good this team is. We know how talented this team is. Didn't get the start, but it was great to see Tate Snellgrove back in a uniform.
Yeah.
After what happened a
Yeah,
couple weeks
for
ago
sure.
at NFC.
Was he
Great-
on the sideline?
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
That was number 1 right there, if I'm not mistaken. We were told
No.
that we were told that Tate was wearing a uniform in this game. So if I'm wrong, somebody in chat shout me back out.
That was Asher that had that first play. That
Yes.
was-
Oh yeah. Asher played, but
Yeah.
number 1, if you saw the first shot when they're walking out of the field, you have
was
number 1.
there.
You have
Yeah,
Tate
yeah.
Snellgrove there. At least, again, almost positive that's Tate. If I'm wrong, roast me in the chat. Roast me. But yeah, Deerfield Windsor 8-0. This is a really good Valwood team.
Yeah.
They played back and forth. Coach Wells and the guys again haven't always been healthy, but you look
Yeah,
at this
but-
final score, you lose 21-20. Even then, that had to
Deerfield's
be
a good team.
somewhat of a confidence booster for this
It
squad.
did, but you talked about, you know, we said it when Tate got hurt. I mean, you hate to see the same thing, and really the same injury happen 2 years in a row, but that's what happened last year, and you saw what happened last year. They got to the state championship game. Unfortunately, they lost, but this is a team that when kind of adversity hits, they know what to do. They know how to respond.
But between this one and the McClay game, you're 1 play away
Yeah,
from
for sure.
6, 7-1.
Absolutely. So again, a tough loss, but they'll be fine. I mean, again, this is kind of the time of the year where you hope things more often than not go your way to kind of fuel you into the postseason. But I have no doubt that Valwood will be fine.
Yes, indeed. Osceola Christian, you were there tonight. Franklin County
Yeah.
had a wonderful, magical season.
SSAA?
Yes.
SSAA, Sunshine
SSAA.
State Athletic Association.
But they did what
5 times
everyone
fast.
who's met in the SSAA has met Osceola Christian
Yeah.
with. They ran into a blue
bleh.
and gold buzzsaw.
Yeah, they did. I mean, Osceola's just got so many talented guys on this team. You knew head coach Matt Wheeler, but you talk about coaches from the coaching tree. He's from the Florida High coaching tree. Been at Florida High forever. Went out this year, first head coaching job. Landon LaRosa, when you got a quarterback that can throw on the money like that, man, anything can happen. Bryson Mills here, hauling in the pass and then showing some love to the camera, which we always love. What's up, guys? We love it. And then here, too, right before the half.
Oh.
Yep, fumble, they recover it, and that's how we would go into the half. And before that, there was a good pass breakup. I actually think I put it on his pad, so let's keep rolling here and you can see it. This pass breakup was right before this play. But yeah, showing up on defense. We know their offense is good, but their defense was showing up tonight too. I mean, look at that. I mean, Coach looked at me. He's like, "Did you get that on camera?" I said, "Yeah, I got that on camera." So there you go. But yeah, 49-27 over Franklin County, and they're a week ahead. So the last week of the regular season in Florida and Georgia is the 31st, Halloween night. That is their first round of the playoffs in SSAA. And then they'll go through, I think he said the week before Thanksgiving week, if I'm wrong.
And that's not a neutral site title game, right? That's high seed hosts?
It's the state championship game?
Yes.
It's at the Villages.
Okay.
So they will play the SSAA state championship game, the same place where the rural division holds their state championship, and that's at the Villages. 3.5 hour-ish, 3 hours
Something
from,
like
from,
that.
from Tallahassee. So I guess it would be about 3 hours from Silla Christian. But yeah, huge win for ACA.
What do you say we make the chat happy, gang?
Oh, yeah.
Thomas County Central. Where you at, Jacket fans? Because you played Northside,
the
Warner
horns.
Robins, and Randy Young, the voice of the Jackets, has come through with the box score. And first off, I need to let you know that 5 different running backs scored touchdowns for Thomas
And
County.
apparently
Running backs?
Jalen Johnson
Just running backs.
had his 100th career touchdown tonight, too.
That's incredible stuff. You're going to see a lot of Deuce in these highlights, Mr. Deuce Lawrence.
I think he was every highlight.
7 carries, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's a 16.8 yards a touch.
That's halfway decent.
1 catch for a 59-yard touchdown. So
small-
1 through
small
the air
play,
as
small
well.
play.
You know, no big deal. Central only threw the ball 14 times, 168 yards, 2 touchdowns, including that 100th
Yeah.
career, as you said.
Home 70.
21 rushes, 194 yards, 6 touchdowns on the ground, 9.2 yards a carry.
Wow.
0.8
That's just called
yards away from
running
a first down a
Running
touch.
it down your throat.
It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's 70 points. Again, second time this year they've gone 70 plus. Central's the real deal, man. We say it every week. If you haven't seen them, make the drive to Thomasville if you can get a ticket, because they're good, man. Fully expect to see them in Atlanta.
And we talk so much about the offense because I get it, we're a highlight-driven show.
Yeah.
How about this from the defense tonight? First off, it's a nothing burger for Northside. And then let's go to this. They ran the ball 16 times, -17
And apparently
yards.
2 pick sixes.
It's insane.
Yeah, apparently 2 pick sixes.
But we all know
Happens when you
what
score
next
70
week is
points.
going to be. That will be the
Houston
game
County,
in
yeah.
Georgia.
Yeah, we were talking about when they played Lee County. We were like, that's going to be the game. That's going to be the game. And then
This
but
is the game.
This is the game. Houston County is going to be the game.
We talked about maybe breaking our rule of local versus local
Yeah.
and making that game of the week. We decided against it. We'll talk a little bit more about the game of the week in just a little bit.
Hey.
But regardless, I can assure you, Central fans, we'll be talking a lot about your showdown against the Bears
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah.
The Bears.
Da Bears.
Da Bears.
But boo da Bears.
Boo the Bears.
Boo da Bears. Yeah, I mean, I say it every week. If I had to put money on a team, I mean, it's.
WCTV does not endorse gambling on high school sports.
I know. If I had to, I said if I had to. Not
she
that
had
I'm
to.
going
It would be.
They're good, man. Central's, yeah.
I mean, you already thought one game was going to be better. I mean, is there a chance that Thomas County Central just does what they've been doing next week as well?
I mean,
I think-
if they did, there's going to be a lot of folks in 5A hiding under the covers
Yeah.
next Friday when they see
Yeah.
Because this is would be their biggest competition?
Because the boogeyman has arrived and he's here to scare. 'Cause Thomas
Lakeisha
County
says
Central-
what? You decided against it. So how we decide game of the week, we really try to do local versus local. So 2 teams like in our coverage area. Houston County's not in our coverage area. So we're going to get up and preview that game for sure. We'll talk to Coach Rogers next
we'll
week
be
for
there.
sure. But we
may even be live in the newscast next week. No promises on that, but that may happen alongside Game of the Week.
But we try to keep the game of the week local versus local, just so we can kind of get all that interest from 2 different fan bases that are local to us. And, like
And
I said,
also,
Houston County's not local
for
to
our
us.
preview and the way we do things, we can't talk to both coaches.
Yeah,
when
we
it's Houston
we
down.
can't talk to Houston County.
Yeah.
I mean, we could, but it's a really long
We
way
could,
away.
but that's
Yeah.
a really interesting expense report for HR to take a look
Yeah,
at.
and we don't
so-
want to do that. So, but yeah, I mean, the game is huge. We're not trying to undersell it by any means.
No.
Just don't think game of the week. Game of the week isn't always like, I guess, the best game on paper, I guess. It's more of like in this game for the 2 teams in it, which we'll reveal it in a little bit, but the 2 teams in it, it's an age-old rivalry. Like for the 2 teams playing in it.
Local rivalry is the best way to describe
it
game of the
is,
week.
yeah. And it's an old rivalry too. It's a very old rivalry.
You know what? Go ahead and put it up, Adam.
Yeah, put it up. Just put it up.
Because we're headed to the game of the week next
Yeah.
week.
And Obadiah says, which is completely understandable. Thank you. But it is. I mean, again.
But we're headed to the southernmost point of
Hey,
Suwannee
here we
County.
go.
That would be Branford, Florida. Branford and Lafayette. For our South Georgia friends, if I had to put a comparison on this rivalry, Miller Seminole
Yeah.
would probably be just 2 small towns that revolve around these teams, love these teams to death, and cannot stand the other sideline when they get together.
and they're only
that is what Lafayette
20
is.
20
minutes, I think.
minutes? It's
Yeah.
not far. Yeah. It's very close to each other.
And you've got a 7-1 squad versus a 6-2 squad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big game that's got a lot of, I mean, you throw records out the window in a game like this, though, because it's bragging rights, it's, you know, kids that grew up together. It's any time you have a rivalry that's so close together. These kids grew up together.
But the records make it even
100%,
higher stakes.
yeah, absolutely.
Marcus Edwards, when I talked to him for our two-a-days, for our preseason coverage, loved this team. You could tell it top to bottom. He adored what this Lafayette team could do. They've done so many great things. They've continued to win. They beat Swanee and Mayo for the first time in God knows how long.
Forever.
But this team continues to break records. This team continues to do cool things. And again, Branford is 6-2. This is a really good squad. Cannot wait to see these two play under Friday night lights with just 2 weeks to go. And let's face it, you already know who game of the week is going to be the week after that. So,
I don't know. What is the game of the week
who
after
could it
that?
possibly be? Is there some big rivalry in Georgia?
Alicia Townsend. We got the Hornets for the win. She had actually commented earlier, them Hornets did it, Lafayette, and I wanted to say something then, like, we might talk about them a little
Shout
later.
out to Mayo, baby.
Yeah, so, yeah, super excited for them. I'm trying to catch up with some of the comments here.
Tell you what, while she's doing that,
We have what was the Wakulla score? Oh, tough loss. You want to bring up those highlights?
Yeah, let's bring up those highlights. This comes to us from our friends in Panama City, WJHG. Scott Rossman and company do such a good job over there. Santa Rosa Beach, South Walton, this is their first year in this new stadium?
Yeah, they debuted in the spring.
Yeah.
It's like a $19 million
Because they were playing at like a
stadium.
middle school or
Yeah.
something last year. This thing looks insane.
wow.
Like,
Yeah.
look at how manic. Because is
a high
that
school
grass or is that? Oh, that's turf.
Yeah.
That's turf because there's a soccer circle.
Is it a
in
high
but
school
yeah.
stadium?
Yeah, this is a high
Yeah.
school
Oh,
stadium.
man.
A Florida high school stadium at that.
For people that don't know Santa Rosa Beach, there's a lot of money in Santa Rosa Beach. So the
$19
fact that they
million
have, the
worth
fact
of
that
the
they have
stadium.
the stadium isn't too shocking for people that know the Santa Rosa Beach area.
Look at that touchdown,
the
though.
Panhandle Hamptons. Is that what you're telling me?
Something like that. 38, baby. 38. People know what 38
That was a
is.
play of the weekend, did it right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. But yeah, double overtime.
Yeah.
38-35. Tough loss. Yeah, tough loss for Wakulla. Wakulla's taking its lumps and bumps this year too, man. I mean, they've had some games I know that they want back. Who do they have next?
I'm looking at that right now. You're looking at Baker County will come from McClinney to Crawfordville.
Oh, please beat Baker County.
Please beat Baker County. That's the TCA boy and me coming out.
Yeah.
And then Gadsden County to close out the season at home.
Yeah.
Gadsden big winners. It's fun to play against YKIM.
Oh, jeez Louise, here
Young
we
Kids
go.
in Motion.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't help myself.
Yeah. I mean, Wakulla's had, again, though, they had that big win over Gabi a couple weeks ago.
And they really needed that one, too.
Yeah, they did. Swanee, they got a win over. Tough loss to Childs at the beginning of the year, 23-21. That tough loss to
Right.
Taylor County. But they kind of starting to, they had the 4 wins in a row going up until tonight. But they, again, Baker County, then they'll be at Gadsden to close out the year, like you said, and that'll be a
And
big
Baker
test.
feels gettable, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 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 They'll be fine.
Adam, why don't you bring up the little board for us? Let's take
Baby
a look see
board.
at some of these scores. Yeah, we didn't have enough to fill up the big board tonight. So you got the little board. That's our story. You're sticking to it.
No, that's not the baby board.
Hold on.
Hey,
There we go.
there
Okay.
it is.
So Bradford, of course, that's a really good team in Stark. 45-10, your
Yeah.
final score. Peach County victors over Bainbridge. Bluntstown, like you said, big win.
They've played a straight 1A schedule,
But they've
man.
played a
Besides
straight
that
1A
WS
schedule.
Neal team out of Alabama, they've played a straight rural schedule. I
Thomas-
keep saying 1A because it used to be 1A, but rural. They played a
Nice
straight
to
rural
see
schedule.
Thomasville get that win because last week it didn't kind of feel like Worth County beat them twice.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I'm happy, and I was happy to see because Jeremy Rayburn, their AD, tweets at us every night, and it was
Yes.
like,
And
Thomasville
it's
scores,
much
Thomasville scores,
appreciated.
Thomasville scores, and I'm like, yes. So they got a big win. And then we talked about the Hornets, Lafayette, huge win over Trenton, 47-6. So that was a big win for them.
Next slide, please. Seminole County. We were supposed to have this game tonight.
Continues
just
to
a couple things fell
roll.
through, but it doesn't matter because Big Green ain't falling through. 40-6, rolling over the Green Wave.
What's their record this season so far?
They're such a funny
I was
guy.
going to say, Seminole only has the one loss still, correct?
Wow. Yeah, good for them.
Who did Seminole lose to? Now that we're thinking about it, it was it was early, right?
No, it would have been after. They were 4-0
Yeah,
going to that game.
it was Early County.
Yeah.
Early
Oh.
County's the only loss so far this year, coming off that. And then Terrell, they got Randolph Clay next week at home, and then they go to Mitchell at the end of the year. Mitchell, a big win over Miller tonight. Sneads, big winners, 46-14. Holmes County all over Mariana. Baconton Charter gets the dub in GIAA standings. That is your little board for the evening. Before we go to break and then come back for play of the week and all that, anything else catch y'all's eye tonight?
Nothing. Just them dogs barking again.
Of course.
Number 4 versus number 1 in the state for next week in 5A.
Unbelievable.
So going to be a great game.
Well, it's actually very believable.
Yeah, I was saying it's very believable. Somebody told me to stand on business with my Bluntstone comments.
Stand on business, AP.
Gotcha. Yeah, Taylor will be going 9-1 into the playoffs. Fully believe that. Home playoff game in Boot Hill. That's really good. Yes, home. It's hard playing Boot Hill anyways, but a home
postseason game when it's cold.
Yep. And then John Brock again. I agree with Allison. Madison will be battle tested, but I might be biased against Bluntstown. He's a Liberty County guy. So.
There you go. Hey, Liberty looked sharp tonight.
Liberty did look sharp tonight. I was there. They scored. I think it was 14-0 when I left, or 13-0 when I left. So yeah, Liberty looks good. Lolly, that kid is.
I was going to say, last time I saw Liberty in person was last year. I saw them in 2 games. Saw them, I believe, it was Miller County that they played, hosting them across the state line, and then watched them play that awesome game they played against Franklin.
Yeah.
And Lolly single-handedly kept them in that Franklin game.
Yeah.
Like, that kid
good.
is such a freak athlete.
Yeah, he is
He's
a freak
so
athlete.
stinking good.
Yeah.
Also, I know you touched on it during the newscast a little bit, but Florida High will be fine.
They got to get healthy.
It's just the injuries, and they kept up with it for that first half, and
they just got worn down a little bit. That's what it looked like.
It's just a team that's dealing with a lot of young guys, and when you're dealing with a lack of experience, it's hard to keep up with teams like Madison County.
Well, and I know that you had talked to Jared, and I had ran into Jared. I was there for a volleyball earlier this week, and I ran into him, and he was telling me that he still thinks they can be super competitive in 2A. And like the regular season, of course, you would win the regular season, but it matters the postseason. Yeah. So
and their quarterback, Jamie Miller, doesn't look like a QB2.
No, and he's a sophomore. He don't look like a sophomore half the time. So, and I know in that Gadsden game, the youth kind of showed up a little bit, but they'll be fine. They'll get it back together. Hopefully, they can get some guys healthy for the postseason. But they close out. They've got games on the road the rest of the year. I mean, it started tonight at Madison, and then they've got, oh God, who do they have next week?
Looking for the Knowles?
It's on the tip of my tongue.
That
it's
would
2
be
words.
Bishop Moore.
Bishop Moore, and then who do they have?
And then they will
close out
close at Mosley on a Thursday.
That's what I'm saying. Who just beat Niceville? Who just beat a good Niceville team? For the district championship a couple weeks ago. So they've got a tough slate.
Speaking of teams that hung close and the score didn't necessarily indicate it, shout out to Kes McCorvey and NFC tonight.
Yeah.
That was a really tough spot to be in. Battle of Meridian Road at home against McClay. No, that was on another television station this week. But listen, McClay pulls away a little bit at the end. NFC holds really, really tough in this team. As you can see, the numbers are up there for the Eagles. There's lots of good signs of things to come out of the NFC program, who's not used to kind of being on the other end of this rivalry, but it's clear Kes McCorvey has them going in the right direction.
Yeah, and I mean, this was a team, too, when he took over, they were struggling with bodies, man.
Yeah. Seeing how they played last season, he's kind of had to rebuild.
Struggling with bodies, just in general. Where were they going to have enough guys to play? And he's got guys, and he's got talented guys, a lot of talented young guys. And you talk about NFC, let's talk about McClay, because McClay is a team.
Is 7-1.
So good.
I mean, Coach will even tell you, Ari will tell you, he didn't think they'd be where they are right now.
And we've talked about that before.
Yeah, we've talked about that before. They have all new guys on offense. Look at that catch, too, by the way. But all new guys on offense. So both of these teams, sky's the limit. Yeah. Really excited to see what they're going to do in the future.
And their one loss, a grinder against a good Lincoln team.
Yeah, well, and last week for homecoming, they beat that team from Alabama at Chambers Academy. Back-to-back state champs in their division in Alabama.
Yeah, basically Alabama's version of
like Valwood.
Of a Valwood.
Valwood.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
good
what we were told.
Good stuff for McClay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good stuff for McClay. Tell you what, let's step aside. Or actually, you know what? I'm looking at this in the prompter. Give me the Trinity game real quick. I need 10 seconds. I need 10 seconds.
Get out of the way. Let him have. I
need 10 seconds.
This is his moment.
Trinity, the alma mater. What are we doing here? This is gray tops, blue numbers, black pants. When Trinity wears the blue tops, white pants, or white tops, blue pants, it's a gorgeous look. It's one of the best in the state. And Lincoln, I'm sorry to make you
Adam, just bring him up on camera and just like zoom in
on
his face. Let him have his moment.
I'll even take 4. Yeah. You can take me on 4 here.
Yeah, this is his moment.
The Trinity black and blue standard look is one. Oh, sorry. I was hoping Adam would move the camera. All right, there we go. we got to fix this because the blue, black, and white is great. Gray is not one of the school colors. Gray is not one of the school colors. Tough loss for Lincoln. Going back to that. But we know what that team is capable of.
Coming
we know
from
what
an
that
alum.
team is good.
Yeah.
And that was a huge win that they had against Childs last week.
Sorry, I'm just so focused on your uniform, Ryan. I can't even.
That's
But
all-
yes,
that's all
yeah,
good-
no,
good-
Lincoln did have a great win over Childs. A good Childs squad. Like you
Yeah.
heard Coach Harris talk about Childs. Childs is a good team, man.
Much improved.
Yeah, Reagan's has done a really good job with them.
But
Lakeisha, they stole our TC. Yes.
no, you stole our TC.
Hey, don't get him fired up. Don't get him fired
Actually,
up.
what is funny is Trinity back in the day used to wear blue and gold, just like a certain team in Thomasville, Georgia. And it's now
So who's the
it's now
copycat
black and blue. But here's
now?
the thing: we're all just
And
ripping-
gray.
we're two of how many high school teams that rip off the Minnesota Twins TC?
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
But did want to get on Lincoln for a second because I did have a point to make here about the Trojans. Got to be in Rickards to close out the season. Big city championship style pride games against the Cougars and against the Raiders. And both could be
I can't
big
believe we're already
tests.
talking about the end of the season.
It
dude.
is insane, isn't it?
Yep.
It's sad.
We don't know where to go from here, except I guess commercial?
We have commercial break and then we have play of the week.
Yeah, let's do that. Pay the bills.
Tallahassee Board of Realtors invest hundreds of hours in our community. Local realtors and affiliates raise funds for Boys and Girls Clubs of the Big Bend, Brehon Family Services, and the American Cancer Society's Relay for Life. Clean up local roadways and waterways. Build beds for local kids with SHP. Support Habitat for Humanity. Ring the bell at Salvation Army Red Kettles. Contribute to the Florida Veterans Foundation. And volunteer side by side with you, our neighbors. The Tallahassee Board of Realtors, proudly serving our community since 1935.
Literally, as soon as we go to commercial, Allison just collapses.
My
like
back
this. It's
is
been a
killing
long
me. I'm
week,
old.
folks.
See, normally we sit in chairs.
We do, but the
And I
last
don't-
couple of weeks, because we've had the coaches in, we've just kind of
I
all
know.
stood because we
I
don't
think
have
it looks.
enough.
I think it looks better.
I know, but my back is killing me.
Get a brace. I don't know. You're the weekend warrior here. You're the one who always plays softball.
Well, that's why my back hurts so
she's the
bad. is 'cause
athlete.
I still play like I'm 18, and I'm not. But we do have a bunch of young kids
Yeah,
for play of the week.
speaking of athletic 18-year-olds who don't have back issues,
Yeah, yeah.
how about play of the week nominees? And how about Coy Fryer getting the start for the Swanee Bulldogs? You've already seen this play tonight on overtime. There he is, getting the visitor sideline, and then just that little move, just a little ankle break. It's good
and so
stuff.
smooth with it.
And the young guys for Swanee, they've got themselves a props.
Absolutely. All right, McClay, we showed this play too. Nice pass, hauls it in, gets a little jersey grab, no problem. Tucker Popple, he's in for 6. Help lead McClay to a big win over this.
Yeah, and how about Wakulla's Wyatt Brown
That's
catching it
downtown Wyatt Brown.
over
With a touchdown.
over the middle, all the way in. Yeah, nobody's gonna catch him there.
WCTV.tv, you have until Sunday night to vote. Let's just show that game of the week one more time, Adam, because I still think it's so cool that
Yeah.
we're going to be able to head out to
Yeah,
this
I'm excited.
game. It'll be, I know, your first trip to
Yep.
Brantford.
It'll be a lot of fun.
It's a haul.
Can't
Bring
wait.
some snacks.
Yes,
I've heard.
it will be. Maybe some caffeine, sunflower seeds, good
Yeah.
podcast.
It'll be a
for the
good
drive.
game. It'll be a good game, though.
It'll be a really, really good game. Any closing thoughts before we wrap this on up?
No, I mean, 2 weeks left, man, in the regular season.
insane.
It just seems like yesterday we were making the rounds to catch up with all the new coaches and doing like our season previews and stuff. And now 2 weeks left until the postseason starts. It's unbelievable.
Feels like fall.
It's still hot outside. I need to get it like 10 degrees
starting.
cooler. But you didn't have to wear a beanie tonight.
I did not have to wear a beanie tonight. I mentioned that on my live. Did you see? I mentioned that on my live shot at 5. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. But when your highlights came through, Ryan was. What did you say? You're like, oh, he's not prepared for the winter weather or something to that
he's not
effect
prepared
tonight.
for the. No, I didn't say that on air.
No, but we were in this. In the.
I did
newsroom.
throw on a quarter zip in the second half. It got a little,
Oh,
got a little brisky
it
out.
got a little nippy for you, did it?
Got a little brisk.
Okay.
Hey, Knowles play, big one tomorrow on the West Coast. FAMU homecoming.
Technically, they'll play it into Sunday
Your
morning
first
here on the
homecoming.
East.
True.
Yes.
Yep.
Show 'em some
FAMU
love,
homecoming.
FAMU
Folks,
fans.
if you see this man walking by
Hook
your
him up with some
tailgate,
food.
let him know. Yeah, give him the close-up right here. If you see this man walking by your tailgate, let him know what FAMU homecoming's about. If you
do.
got a grill master that can grill, hook this man up with a plate.
Because I can eat.
Yeah.
He can eat. He can eat, and he loves how we cook here down south.
Yeah. That's how we got him to come here.
That is how we got him to
Took him
come
to
here.
Jonas. Tom's University's at home. Valdosta State's got a bye.
Yep.
You're going to Pensacola.
Yep,
check out
headed to go see
baseball.
Link Jarrett and the Knowles. That may have been subconsciously why I brought the baseball out on set.
Yep.
It's my little fidget spinner, though.
Yep.
It's just kind of kept me occupied all
And
night.
I will be at T-Pain.
Where is this? Mobile, right?
Jackson, Mississippi.
Jackson, Mississippi. Wow, you
It's a
making
quick
that drive in the
turnaround
morning?
for him.
We're going to make the drive. I'm going with one of my old coworkers. I'm going to drive to her house in Biloxi, so that's about 4.5, and then make the 3-hour drive to
That's
Jackson.
tomorrow we play.
Yep.
this? Wow, that's a quick turnaround for him.
He's
after
an
tonight.
artist, man. He's making
Yeah,
that
yeah,
money.
yeah.
But my husband was just at the show in Tallahassee here. He said it was awesome, so I'm super excited for tomorrow night.
Yeah, welcome
It'll be like
home.
in high school all over again.
A welcome home.
when my back didn't hurt.
I'm just trying to welcome the man home.
I know.
I'm kidding. Welcome home to T-Pain. Completely
Yeah.
understand why that concert is on a Friday night in the fall.
Yeah.
But for those of us who love concerts and events as much as we love high
Make
school
them on like a
football,
Wednesday.
Yeah, for any of you promoters, Thursday works fine too.
Yeah, because we
Thursday
can
works
never
fine
go
too.
on a Friday.
We missed Jeff Goldblum earlier
Yeah.
this year. We missed Morgan Freeman a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
There's the big
There's some
John Williams.
comedians that we've
there's been
missed.
some great comedians we've missed.
George
Don't get us off-
Lopez we missed last fall. Yeah.
Was it George Lopez?
I think so, yeah. Last fall.
Was it George Lopez or was it? Because I know Jay Leno came here recently.
Jay
too.
Leno came?
Yeah, Leno
Yeah.
came and played Ruby Diamond.
Yeah. It's
I
always
think,
on
I think that may
Friday.
have been in the winter though.
Yeah.
So, but tickets were ridiculous for that one. I mean, he's hosted the Tonight Show. You know.
He's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, he's kind of a big deal. Kevin, have you heard about that? Anywho,
bedtime, guys.
We're rambling, and I also just want to say we're not complaining. We love high school football.
We do love high
We love
school
what
football.
we do.
But I can't wait to see
I was
T-Pain.
about to say, if we didn't love what we do, we wouldn't
wouldn't
be
be here
talking
till
here at
12:30 at night.
12:35
Yeah.
a.m. talking high school ball. But that'll
Yeah.
do it. Our thanks again to Bryce Harris for joining us. Madison County victorious in your game of the week. 2 weeks left in the regular season. Go Knowles, go Rattlers, go Nighthawks, and rest up Valdosta State. Have a great night, everybody.